All right, the president calls himself a counterpuncher, and those instincts were on full display at today's coronavirus briefing at the White House. The backlash and the back and forth was immediate. White House correspondent Kevin Corke reports on the showdown. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Shannon. You know, taking aim at reporters with whom he strongly disagrees, well, that's not necessarily new for this president. But today, during a national emergency, well, that was something different.
Our war against the global pandemic, I view it as in a sense, a wartime president. I mean, that's what we're fighting in order to win this war. It's a war.
President Trump's made no secret of the fact that to him, battling the coronavirus pandemic is akin to fighting a war. But for a brief moment today, Mr. Trump shifted focus and rekindled his long-standing feud with the media.
That's really bad reporting. And you ought to get back to reporting instead of sensationalism.
The president was responding to a question from NBC's Peter Alexander, who asked what he'd say to those Americans who were scared because of the outbreak. He also wondered if the president's generally positive outlook, especially when it comes to possible treatments for the virus, was giving Americans a false sense of hope.
I'm not being overly optimistic or pessimistic. I sure as hell think we ought to give it a try.
Alexander later defended his line of questioning.
I was trying to provide the president an opportunity to reassure the millions of Americans, members of my own family and my neighbors in my community, and plenty of people sitting at home right now. This was his opportunity to do that.
While most in the press expressed support for Alexander, skeptics pounced. Legitimate question my A, said Fox News senior analyst Brit Hume. It was the kind of BS gotcha question which hack White House reporters have been asking for decades. While the president's made no secret of his disdain for the press, today he also pulled no punches when referring to his own State Department.
Secretary of State Pompeo is extremely busy, so if you have any question for him right now, could you do that? Because you know what I'd like to do? I'd like him to go back to the State Department, or as they call it, the Deep State Department, if you don't mind. I'd like to have him go back and do his job.
Dr. Fauci's facepalm notwithstanding, the president's penchant for settling scores and upbraiding the unsuspecting is well chronicled. Though recent polling shows most Americans approve of the job the president's doing in fighting the coronavirus. And a very brief reminder, Shannon, the White House's coronavirus task force conducts a Saturday briefing tomorrow. It comes your way at noon Eastern, and of course we promise to bring you live coverage of that. But for now, back to you.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much.
You bet.